Hey there everyone, it's Media Celebrity here, and I've got some absolutely mind-blowing news to share with you all today. You're not going to believe this, the young son of famous R&B artists Nelly and Ashanti is already a billionaire at just 8 years old. That's right, this tiny tot is already richer than pretty much all of us put together. How on earth did this happen? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to break down all the details. This is one wild story you have to hear to believe. For those who may not be familiar, Nelly and Ashanti were one of the biggest power couples in the music industry throughout the early 2000s. Nelly rose to fame with hit songs like Hot in Who, Dilemma with Kelly Rowland, and Just a Dream. Meanwhile, Ashanti burst onto the scene with chart-topping singles like Foolish, Happy, and Rain on Me. The two artists collaborated frequently and even dated for several years, though they ultimately went their separate ways in the late 2000s. But even though Nelly and Ashanti are no longer together, they do share one very special thing, their 8-year-old son. And get this, their son is already a billionaire. That's right, this youngster is sitting on a staggering $1.2 billion net worth, easily making him one of the wealthiest children in the entire world. Now, you're probably wondering, how on earth did a child who's barely old enough to go to school end up with over $1 billion? It's an absolutely wild story, but from what we know, it all traces back to some incredibly savvy investments that Nelly and Ashanti made on their son's behalf when he was just a baby. You see, back in 2016, right around the time their son was born, Nelly and Ashanti were looking to the future and thinking about how they could best set their child up for long-term success. They had both amassed huge fortunes through their music careers, but they wanted to make sure their son would be financially secure for the rest of his life.So, they decided to take a substantial portion of their wealth and invest it in a variety of emerging technologies and startups that they believed had a lot of growth potential. This included things like cryptocurrency, AI, renewable energy, and biotechnology companies. At the time, a lot of these investments seemed quite speculative, but Nelly and Ashanti had a good feeling about them, and boy, were they ever right. Over the past 8 years, the value of these investments has absolutely skyrocketed. The cryptocurrency holdings alone are now worth hundreds of millions, while the biotech and AI startups they invested in have gone public and seen their stock prices soar. All in all, the investments that Nelly and Ashanti made on their son's behalf when he was just a baby are now worth a staggering $1.2 billion. That means this 8-year-old child is sitting on a fortune that most of us can scarcely even imagine. It's an astronomical sum of money that's almost impossible to comprehend when you really stop and think about it. The implications of this child's wealth are mind-boggling. He is wealthier than all but a tiny fraction of the global population. He could buy and sell entire companies on a whim. Heck, he could probably buy a small country if he wanted to. Of course, Nelly and Ashanti are determined to ensure their son doesn't grow up to be a spoiled brat. They are committed to raising him with strong values and a sense of social responsibility. They want him to use his wealth to make a positive impact on the world, not just to live a life of excess and luxury.In fact, the family has already started putting the son's fortune to good use. They've established several charitable foundations that are funding initiatives in areas like education, healthcare, and environmental conservation. And they've made it clear that as their son gets older, he'll be expected to take an active role in directing the family's philanthropic efforts.At. The end of the day, this is just an absolutely astonishing story. Who would have ever imagined that the young child of two R&B superstars would end up becoming a billionaire before their 10th birthday? It's the kind of thing that sounds like it belongs in the realm of fantasy, not reality, but the evidence is clear. Nelly and Ashanti's son is the real deal, a genuine child billionaire with more wealth than most of us could ever dream of. It's a remarkable achievement, and it'll be fascinating to see how this young man chooses to wield his incredible power and influence in the years to come. One thing's for sure, this is a story that's sure to capture the imagination of people all around the world. What an incredible accomplishment! Alright, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.